Hello everybody, this is Abbas and you are watching Gohash. We are here at the Cave and Turf ground, and giving me his time is none other than the South African legend, the fielding sensation, Jonty Rhodes. Jonty Rhodes, welcome to Gohash. It has been fantabulous experience the last 2 days you're here. Jonty, your experience of visiting India, you are the former coach for the Mumbai Indians, now you're coaching the Kings 11 Punjab. Your thoughts about Gulbarga city?
Well, I have not been here before, so it's wonderful to have been invited. There was a great match played today, but I know that Herschel Gibbs won last year and he isn't back. No invitation. So people wonder why we lost today, and it's also we're now thinking I want to come back. The hospitality is so amazing, but I know Mr. Azzuddin doesn't like to lose, so I thought make it close. But it's incredible. I've spent, as you said, with Mumbai Indians 9 seasons, Kings 11 Punjab, but the last 2 years, because I'm now working 2020 IPL, but the last 2 years my focus has been more on grassroots and development cricket because there's so many amazing people doing incredible things but in isolation. So can you come in, can you assist, can you join that ecosystem together? So what's happening here, how can they benefit from my expertise, my experience, by connecting them with other people in the system, in Karnataka or throughout India. So I love coming to India because the passion for the game is amazing, and it's not just at Virat Kohli's level, international, IPL, it's everywhere. So if I can support it, I will do whatever I can.
Now we can see that you have some very good management skills and you're taking up the players. Do you find any difference way back when you played India and today the Indians fielding standard, the national team standard? Do you find any difference now?
Any difference? Wow, it's chalk and cheese. It's totally different to what it was. I mean, India's always had a couple of good fielders, but very much in isolation. So Azzo himself was a great gully fielder. There were Mohammad Kaif, Yuvraj Singh, even Harbhajan for a while was a pretty decent fielder, but always in isolation. Now suddenly Suresh Raina came on the scene, and these guys have become good athletes. Dhoni himself was a strong player, but Virat Kohli has taken that as a captain. He's demanded real high levels of fitness, and when you're an athlete and you move well, it makes your fielding much easier. So yes, there's a huge transition, and what the IPL has done, it's shown that not just in T20, but in Test matches. If I'm playing for South Africa and Virat Kohli hits the ball in the air, I don't want to give him a second chance. So you want to take those catches. So it's just as important in every format of the game.
Absolutely. And one moment I want to, because our audience are used to ask me when you're coming to Gulbarga, what was going through your mind in the 1992 World Cup when you were running around? You could have thrown that direct to the stumps, but what made you to run around the pitch and knock out the 3 stumps?
Well, interestingly enough, I actually backed my speed above my accuracy for throwing because I did a lot of practicing with my own, because we only had one coach at 1992 World Cup. We didn't have a big management staff, so the only practice that I was doing was catching and stopping the ball. So I wasn't as accurate as I should have been. And we needed a wicket, we needed a breakthrough. Inzamam and Imran Khan were going really well at the time, and we needed to break the partnership. So I backed my speed against Inzamam because even as a 19-year-old, he wasn't very fast. But I had to dive because he was coming back closer.
You managed to overtake him. And the final question coming up is, like, South African has got a tag that they already lose always in the knockouts. So what exactly is the myth? 1992 World Cup, you have a rain-washed match, 1 ball, 17, 18 runs, then 96, 19, and every time there's something in the World Cup. What do you think? What does the camp believe in there?
Well, I don't think there's any concern from a player's point of view, because if you ask the players, do you feel like you're choking? I played in 4 World Cups and never once did I feel like I was joking. And it was at knockout stages, and often Lance Cruise and Alan Donald were batting in the 99 World Cup against Australia. But I was batting earlier. I got 40 odd runs. I should have finished the game off for South Africa. Jacques Kallis also got 50 runs or so. So it's just a case of, and now especially, there's so many good teams at ICC level. When you play in a World Cup where there's 50 overs or 20 overs, any team on a day, they're going to beat you. So you can't afford to go say we rank number 3 in the world, so we're going to get to the final or semi-final. Every game is a tough game. So I don't think South Africans psychologically go to a World Cup fearing that they're not going to be able to get through. There's just some really good players around, so it's not taking anything for granted. That's all.
That's really fantastic. So the last word about the Cape Premier League Committee, and Khusro Baba is here, and Ali Baba is there. Do you think that we have raised to the standard what there is ready for in an international match, maybe a Ranji match in future? Your thoughts about the hospitality?
Well, the thing about hospitality in India, it's everywhere that you go, and it runs deep, and it's incredible. It really is such a part of the Indian makeup. So so if you're just relying on hospitality, you need good facilities, and the wicket here is really strong. It's a strong sounding board to say, listen, come and play here, come and prepare, because the wickets are really good, and I think that's the key. So I'm looking forward to seeing, apparently the grass is really lush, and having sunk in irrigation now, that's obviously going to make it a really good outfield. Maybe from a And also there's so much historical and spiritual meaning around this city.
Yes.
You know, people these days people like to travel and learn, you know, more from a cultural point of view. I know the young South African boys, it's their first
Yes.
trip into India, and you couldn't have asked for a better you know, exposure to what India is about, because the spirituality is such a big part of it. So I think if what the work that's been done, if in the 3 years that they've been having the festival, it's incredible to see the growth already. So yeah, looking forward to seeing just what
Absolutely.
can be achieved here.
As we're talking to Jonty Rhodes has been a new experience because he's such a good explainer of everything. Because many players, I took the interview, you know, they're short and sort of, yeah, this and that, but he explained each and everything.
I talk way. That's a very polite way of saying I talk too much. He's saying cut the interview.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jonty, for giving your valuable words. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Subscribe to Go Hash.